blinds.
Or pre-live. Oh yeah, isn't taking down blinds fun, Greg? I think, you know what? I think I need some new blinds. James helped me install them like, oh man, almost 6 years ago when we moved in, and one of them, like 5 inches of the blind on the end snapped. You can't replace that whole entire, I guess, blind flap, can you? You have to replace the whole blind.
What snapped on it?
Like I have this long plastic blinds. They're like 3 inches or 4 inches wide by whatever 2 inches or 2 feet, no, 3 feet long. So, anyways, we got 10 seconds here. Let's
Depends
pull this
on.
off.
I guess it depends. I'd have to look at it to see what you need or not.
All right, another day. Let's go.
Real lawns, real equipment, and real business. Work with your hands and do it with purpose. Turf Nerds on Turfs Up Radio, hosted by Evan Lindman and Greg Durbin.
I like this long bumper. I can drink my coffee.
Yeah, I need a sip as well. Uh-oh. Got to wait for you to stop so I can start.
I know it's fine. We're back. What day is it? Thursday. I feel like doing the radio show, Greg, I'm getting a little bit like lost of my days, like losing track of my days. It's all becoming one big blur of radio shows, which is a good thing, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been quite busy and doing a lot of stuff, and then right after we jump off and I'm doing a paint job, so running around and actually have windows being installed today, so plenty of activity going on.
Greg, we still have that listener from Germany again. We're to turn this into a real thing. Whoever's listening from Germany, please call the show 856-446-8873. What do you do? Is it a bot? We will never know. Well, this might be a profound mystery, Greg, right? Huh.
At what point do you think bots will be able to interact?
I don't know. They're already starting to make some stuff. Well, I mean, you have AI or bots. They can sometimes deliver Amazon packages and food. I mean, I've seen those stories on Facebook, but there is some reputable like drones that can drop off stuff for you, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen the drones yet. That might be kind of interesting. Could be scary. You got this package coming up overhead. You wonder if they're going to drop a bomb on you or something. But the bots are kind of cool. AI is quite interesting. What's doing? We didn't talk about it the other day. Kenny had sent something out. Ted Cruz had a conversation with somebody, and they found an AI. Somebody asked the question of AI: if you were human and read the entire Bible, would you convert to Christianity?
Oh yeah, you were telling me that.
Yeah, and I don't know. Did we talk about this the other day? I can't remember.
We might have, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's still pretty compelling, isn't it?
Yeah, and AI, after they said, yeah, if I read the entire Bible, yes, I'd convert to Christianity.
Even though ChatGPT is like it's kind of like woke and it's against like Christianity and stuff, you can still do some nice proper research on that, Greg. So real time listening here, it can tell me. So this person is in Germany, and they're from Falkenstein, Germany is apparently what, and they're listening on a Google Chrome browser. Maybe this gives me too deep of stats. Holy smokes! Well,
where are they from again?
It's like Falkenstein, Germany.
Falkenstein?
Yeah. Well, please call. Let's see if we'd love to talk to someone.
Falkenstein.
Yeah, Falkenstein, whatever it's called. Okay,
No.
Don't want to butcher
Young
it too
Frankenstein?
much. It's been I think a little bit. It's been a long time.
Oh, it's a great scene where he says, Dr. Frankenstein. He says, that's Frankenstein.
I'd be curious though to see what kind of business this guy runs. And how he found the show, which he tunes in almost every day, tunes in and tunes out, which we want you to do more of the tuning in. I was talking to you, Greg. Well, I like to take my coffee sips during our little intro there, but the coffee I made today, I was starting to run out, but I just put less water in it, and it tastes okay. But I think not making the coffee as strong. I realized my acid reflux isn't that bad, right? Go figure. And I wasn't making cups of acid though either. But I mean, you're kind of a doctor though, Greg. Coffee will do it till you want it.
Yeah, coffee. If you got a bad, if you're having issues with GERD, then you have to gastroesophageal reflux disease. Yes,
Sounds
that's
good.
GERD. But if you're having issues with reflux, they tell people cut back on the coffee. So
Yeah, I mean, I take the coffee black. One good thing, Greg, I mean, health-wise, I've never really put cream in it, so there's really like almost no calories in coffee. And they were saying a little bit of coffee. I mean, you could probably argue against like a smidge of coffee, Greg. They said could actually probably be good for your mental acuity in some respects, like just a little bit. Like, well, they actually say tea's better.
yeah, it depends on what you're looking at. But my understand it goes back and forth. Yeah, coffee's great for you for this, and then all of a sudden, well, no, coffee's not good for you because of that. And
What's the truth, right?
yeah, yeah. So, apparently it helps. Helps with your digestive issues, but sometimes
diuretic.
yeah. But well, that's not digestion.
No.
A diuretic just makes you pee.
Or the other thing, right?
I'm referring to the other part, and what happens is, I don't know if you remember the actor. What's his name? He just passed away. He just passed away, but he thought the issues he was having were related to too much coffee, and wound up, but it was colon cancer.
Oh man.
Yeah, and because he was, I guess he would have loose stool and stuff, and then was ignoring it. And here's a little PSA for you guys, public service announcement. Just make sure if all of a sudden your digestive habits change, you probably should get checked. So
Yeah, I mean, we're out there busy, we're out there mowing, and we've had strange symptoms while we're mowing, Greg. You would probably assume some guys get so busy they don't even consider it. I mean, I come from the cut of cloth in my family. I won't want to go in the hospital until I'm dying. Like, I'm fine, right? As men, we'll probably say that we're fine until we're basically on like death's row. Like, I'm okay.
you got to you got to be careful of that though, because two of my brothers passed away because they wouldn't go see a doctor.
Yeah.
And if they had gone to see a doctor, they would probably still be alive. And so, guys, if you're under that cut, Evan, I'm talking to you. If you're living under that rock, then you guys you need to go see a doctor if there's something going on, something suspect. And especially as you get older, when you hit probably 45 or so, it's probably most guys won't go see a doctor for a yearly physical. I think even that now they encourage people in their 20s to go get a yearly physical. So
I mean, I'm 35 almost.
yeah, but they're when's the last time you had a physical?
Last time I had a physical. Well, haven't had physical in probably 15 years. I don't think I've needed one.
You should probably go get a physical.
Yeah.
So it's important,
been a
though,
while.
guys. And I think I even saw that Drake. They wanted Drake to go get a physical. He's in his 20s. So they're really pushing that. For years, nobody got you didn't get a physical, but they're really encouraging people. You could potentially prevent some issues. So.
I saw a sponsored ad right now on Facebook, Greg. It's from Bobcat. Mower sales offer alert. Get payments as low as $89 at zero financing for 60 months. That's pretty good. And
Wow.
free Sony Bluetooth headphones. Interesting. So I was kind of reading it more. They have a headphones promotion. For a limited time, get a free pair of Sony WHC H720N wireless headphones with purchase of select zero-turn models while supplies last. And some of those Sony headphones, Greg, they're really good at noise canceling. Now, I know Daniela Cam would push back on it, but it does. It does have the Bobcat logo on them, and then they also have a speaker promotion, free Turtle Box speaker with select models. For a limited time, get a free Turtle Box Ranger speaker with purchase of a ZT6000 or ZT7000. That's the mower I was trying to get, Ron. While supplies last. See promotion details below. So interesting. Have other companies done that, Greg? I don't think I've seen Exmark ever give something, but maybe I haven't been paying attention.
Well, I just bought some Brunt boots, and they're giving, like, as you were taking your drink out of your tumbler, they're giving a free tumbler away when you buy a pair of boots from them.
Oh,
Really?
did you get one? Or
I
are they going to send you
requested
one?
it, whether or not it's going to arrive. I don't know.
Isn't that half the battle? When these companies do that like type of promotional deal, you question A, if they'll send the product, and B, if they'll give you like that bonus thing that they would send. I had bought from Rescue Grill, brother-in-law James Gregg. I bought him these like grilling gloves. It took over a month to get here. I purchased them on December 17th, and they finally came here at the end of January, basically.
Those weren't the freebie though. You bought those.
Well, I bought them, but then I was doing more research on the company. Do research on your companies. Even like we research brands. Greg and I are always talking about, oh, that was crap, or this and that. But people were knocking this company like, oh, they're just a scam. And I had put a charge stop on my card, and then finally they just showed up here. So I'm like, okay, I'll just reverse the charge because they finally showed up.
We had at Christmas, Drake had requested something. He wanted a jacket. He had asked for a certain jacket. And Shell found it. He told her, here's the website. And she went to the website and she bought it, and it came in the wrong size.
Oh man!
And I'm looking at it going, it was a Carhartt. And I'm looking at it going, this does not look like Carhartt to me. And anyway, so they sent us the wrong size, and I can't remember. There were two. We ordered two jackets, and both of them they got wrong somehow. I know one was the wrong size. Well, she tried to reach out to the company.
Wrong.
Yeah, wrong indeed. Voicemail wouldn't pick up. Email wouldn't do anything. It said it was full.
It's like a scam.
So we finally, I called I called our credit card company, and I said, I've been trying to reach out to these guys and not getting anywhere. And they said, okay, we'll look into it. And within 20 minutes, they'd already issued us a credit.
Oh,
so
that's quick. That's nice though too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they said apparently they agreed that it was something. It was fishy. So they had already issued the credit. We still have the jacket. I think Miles got one, and the one that Drake was supposed to get didn't even fit. But like I said, as I was looking at it, I was going, "There's no way this is Carhartt." It just had a Carhartt label on it, and but it fits Shell, so she's wearing it.
Carhartt's good. I really feel like it's become, it's quality gear though, Greg. But don't you think it's awfully pricey these days? Just sitting there, went to Dunham's and they have a Carhartt section. I'd like to outfit myself with Carhartt apparel for lawn care, but I feel like they're just getting a little overpriced. I think quality's there, but do you feel like that, or maybe I'm just being cheap?
I haven't paid that much attention to it. I see them in Ace Hardware all the time. Whenever I walk in, they've got a big display of Carhartt stuff right when you walk in. And but I'm usually on a mission to get something else there, and they have a 3-pack of socks and a hat deal going on right now. So, and by the way, guys, if you're not in Ace Rewards, they have a 5% off. So if you guys, if you run into business, go get your rewards set up at Ace. And
it's
you'll
a pretty
get
good deal, isn't it?
off stuff. Yeah, people say, oh, it's only 5%. Well, yeah, when you buy a $2 item, you'll get 10 cents off. But when you buy a $100 item, you'll get $5 off. So, and then they send you coupons all the time too.
Yeah, one of the Aces by my house, 9 in Farmington, Greg, they do a great job there.
Yeah. They'll send you coupons every month, and then after you hit X amount of points, I don't remember what it is, and your rewards, then they'll send you a $5 off coupon. So
we got some random comments from Cousin Kenny here, guys.
Hey guys, it's Cousin Kenny.
Mowing time in Tennessee. Turtle box, $420 at Academy Sports yesterday. Turtle box. All of this, I use Strauss, so he likes the Strauss boots. we got a nice pair of Strauss boots at the expo, Greg, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, those are really nice boots. The way you tie them up is pretty cool. And,
boa type of deal.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. So, and the nice thing about that is because I've got a high instep, and when the way I tighten that up, so when I've got the high instep, I have to buy a wide boot, and it just gives me a little bit more room. But I noticed the way that ties, it doesn't ream down right on my instep. It when you turn that little dial there,
it kind of comes loose a little bit too. You notice that?
I haven't noticed it come loose yet. So
Just a smidge.
yeah, but I did buy some Strauss pants when we were at the expo. They had a deal, and next year, guys, look at Strauss because they were doing a BOGO, because I never say that. But they were doing they were doing buy one get one, and so I bought $100 pair of pants. I bought 2 pair for $100, so that worked out pretty nice. And unfortunately, they didn't have my inseam length, so I just took them up. We've got a friend that does hemming and stuff, and so she took care of that.
Hemming and hawing.
But she took the inseam up a little bit, and they're comfortable pants. They're nice.
Yeah, they're expensive. So let's hop into it, Greg. We're going to talk today. Back with another Lawn Care 101 series. Here we got trucks and trailers, buying smart, not buying big. But first, I want to give a shout out to Brad at Mark's Outdoor Power. Apparently, he's listening. I had no idea. I think he's the general manager. So, Brad, shout out to you. He wanted to get coffee with me, Greg, and talk about the podcast, and he likes where the business was going. So that was encouraging, right? So it makes you feel good. So you got dealers that listen too.
Yeah, he's reached out to you. He hasn't reached out to me, but he doesn't know me.
You want to talk to Greg, Brad, be my guest. He's great too. So this week on Turf Nerds, we've been breaking down the fundamentals of running a lawn care business. And this is good, guys. It's back to the gospel, back to the basics. How to mow, how to finish a lawn, how to build routes, deal with rain. And we even heard from Eric, the turf teacher, Jones, about turf health. But today, we're talking about something every operator stresses over, because Greg and I have to, trucks and trailers. Because you don't have a lawn care business without a truck. You can tow things in a van, Greg has, but in your trailer setup determines how efficient you are every single day. But here's where a lot of guys get it wrong. They buy based on what they want. I have done that, or have been tempted to do that, not what they actually need. So today, we're talking about what truck you should start with, when to upgrade, trailer setups that actually make sense, and how to avoid wasting money early on. Because, Greg, when you're just getting into the business, can it be a whirlwind of trying to figure out what to buy?
Yeah, it's really important. I mean, when you need a truck, a mower, a trailer, or something to pull. I mean, you could even start with a van. I started using my van. But a vehicle, a mower, a trailer, a whipper, and a blower.
Yep.
Whip edge. Yeah, you can learn to whip edge, I guess, if you want. If you want to buy an edger, you
Trimmer,
can do that as well.
Did I lose you?
Hello?
Oh, whipper. You said whipper. I think you're talking about like string trimmer, right?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's like whippersnapper. It's like old school. So it can be really stressful when figuring out what to buy. And we have to remember that your truck, guys, our truck is our lifeline. Your truck is the most important asset to your business. It gets you to the job. Your equipment is your equipment to the job, your business moving. It's like literally like your mobile garage setup, that's your trailer. So reliability matters more than anything. Now, does the truck need to look perfect, Greg? Tell me, does the truck need to look perfect, Greg?
Not if you saw my F-150.
Well, it gave you a good run, though. But showing up in a complete rust bucket doesn't help your image either. His wasn't, but it doesn't have to look perfect. Trust me, it does not. Appearance does matter to customers, because your truck doesn't have to be pretty, but it does have to be reliable. So here's kind of my story with it. We did an episode on this, Greg, about in June of 2025, so I don't know, 8 months ago, or whenever it was. We talked about trucks and trailers, but we're touching on it here again. So starting out small, my story. When I started, I had a 1998 Ford Ranger. It was green. It was manual, and it worked. It got the job done. And that's the key early on. I didn't need a massive truck to start making money. And I had that for about 5 years. And then I upgraded to a 2016 Ford F-150 work truck. Why? Because I needed more power for towing. The Ranger did okay, but the business had outgrown it. I upgraded because I needed it. Upgrade when your business demands it. And then I had the F-150 for about 6 years, and then I upgraded to a 2019 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Classic. That's a 5.7 liter Hemi V8, because the F-150, I think it had a 3.5 liter. So there's a big upgrade. It was only a flex fuel. The F-150 was not even the EcoBoost. And the Ram gave me more power. The towing was better fit for where the business was heading. And it's been a workhorse, because I've upgraded the coil springs on it, the rear shocks, and I put in a dump insert. And for a solo operator, it's been a great setup. That's where I've been kind of landed, Greg. But what was your evolution, Greg, and your journey on with your trucks? Because you were really smart. You barely shelled out any money.
Yeah, well, I started out using my van just because it had a tow setup on it. So I started out using the van. I bought a used trailer. What was it? A 5x8 used trailer. And I was fortunate because you loaned me your 36-inch walk behind, so I needed something to pull that. But I bought a used trailer, paid $600 for it, and then what happened was I had issues with the van, so I found an F-150. What year was it? A 2008 F-150 V6. So it did not have a lot of power, but it pulled, and so I got a really good price on that. I mean, I paid $3,000 for it. It had
That's a great deal.
129,000 miles on it. So, and it was in nice shape when I got it, and I used that for 5 years.
Oh yeah.
And then I wound up upgrading my trailer. I went to a let me see, a 7x14 open trailer, and I used that for, well, I sold my first trailer for, I bought it for 600, sold it for 650, because trailers hold a resale. And then I bought a different one, and I got that, bought that for $2,000. I think I sold it for $2,200. And when I went to the enclosed trailer, but the truck, I eventually got to the point where I decided that the 6-cylinder just wasn't enough, and because I was pulling an enclosed trailer, and I decided to get another vehicle. I bought an older '97 Silverado dually, 3500, and I just got a steal on it. So I got a really good deal on it, and just recently sold the F-150. So
Morning, Buster. Looks
Buster.
like Greg's hopped ahead into the trailers. Well, that's all of our show, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Hope you learned a lot. Anyways, no, but that's great. So you saw Greg's evolution. He purchased and upgraded based off of needs. And let's touch on this, Greg, because you're good at buying cars used versus a new truck. It's where a lot of guys make mistakes. There's almost no reason to buy a brand new truck starting out. Almost no. Unless you're financially solvent and secure. I repeat, there is no good reason. Unless you come from riches, I wouldn't even buy a new truck even if I was really rich. New trucks lose value immediately, come with big payments, don't make you more profitable. They don't. Okay, my 2016 F-150, that was new. It had 30,000 miles on it, but that was also 21,000 out the door. So that was cheap. And I financed it, did it, and I paid it off right away. That's the only exception. I would not buy a new truck if my life depended on it. Better move. Look for a well-maintained used truck within, Greg, and we've, like your truck, Greg, between 30 and 60,000 miles. A truck payment doesn't make you money. Your work does. And that's so true.
Yeah. It's really important, guys, to not go out. I mean, heck, that truck that I have now, buy that brand new, it's a $100,000 vehicle, probably. The $80,000 to $100,000 vehicle. I've not even priced out the $3,500.
It's expensive, isn't it?
Now. But that's crazy. I paid $9,000 for mine used. It had 60,000 miles on it. I bought it 2 years ago. It's 25 years old with 60,000 miles on it. So I got very low mileage.
Great deal.
I just turned. I don't even think I have 71,000 on it now. So, and I've had it for 2 years. So it's really important, guys, that you stay within your means, and you don't need to be stressing about a $500 car payment or
That's a lot.
$800 or $1,000 car payment. That's crazy. And then you're financing those things for, if you're buying a $100,000 vehicle, you're going to finance that for 8 years. I don't know how long. What's the longest you can finance a vehicle?
Oh,
I
is it
think they
7
go
years?
to 8 years now.
I don't know. I haven't lived long enough to know about financing vehicles, but that's a great question. 856-446-8873 for the lawn care operators. Have you bought new? Have you bought used? I think the advice that we're giving, Greg, is you got to lean towards the used because, I mean, we'll get down this here though, too. My next truck, I'd like to get like a used 2,500 or 250 of some truck. So upgrade your truck when your business needs it, not when you're, okay, hold on. Oh, man, I went too far ahead. Here we go. Future upgrade thinking. I have this all planned out here, but sometimes I just totally got lost. If I were to upgrade again, I'd go with a 3/4 ton, 250 or a 2500 truck. Okay, why? We got the heavier towing, hauling mulch and dirt, snow plowing capability, and ability to run a salter. But again, that's based on a need, not hype. So if I am going to do this, I want to base this on a need, not just because the hype. Upgrade your truck when your business needs it, not when your ego wants it. And which is true. It's like, I want to be that, that big lawn care guy rolling down the street. And then I start like, no, Evan, do you really need this? I'm inching closer and closer to where, okay, maybe I could need a 2500 truck. But for now, Greg, maybe not. But then yet again, everything's really expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, everything's crazy right now. It's just think about it. If you bought a mower and if you financed it, because we want you to make sure that you have enough money to do the things you need. But if you finance a mower, I did the Bobcat. I bought that 4 years because I was tight on money. I was just trying to grow the business, and I got 0% finance. It costs $240 a month, easy, to make it easy. So I had to pay $240 a month for 4 years. I'm sorry. And then if I got a truck payment, a $500 truck payment, now I've got $750 a month that I'm putting out there, notwithstanding the fact that if I've got a truck payment, I also have to keep full coverage on that vehicle too, to make sure that it's to make sure that if anything happens. So your insurance is going to be a lot more expensive. However, I do need to say you should have full coverage on your insurance on your truck.
Sure.
Because of what we do. If anything happens and if you hit somebody, they're coming after you. So you got to make sure you got your insurance. So we had Steve Bonesteel on one time, and he was talking about people 6 months, a year later, all of a sudden people are getting lawsuits because they found out it was a work truck.
Oh,
Yeah, and they
Did he say
that's
that?
a business we can go after, and.
I don't remember him saying that. Good memory, Greg.
Yeah, it's really important, but get your insurance too. So now you've got insurance that you got to cover. So, we're not. Don't say all of a sudden all this stuff is getting expensive. I don't want to start a business. I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and they said, "Are you glad you started a business?" I said, "Absolutely." I was just
Amen.
done with the corporate world, and
Yes.
you've really got the business. I've built up a nice business. You've built up a nice business. You're going to have expenses. So, but you don't want to have a $500,000 vehicle payment. That's tough to deal with.
Oh, it is. And because we talk about setups, guys, what makes us most profitable? I don't think guys talk about this enough in the industry. Some of the most profitable guys in this industry, not even us, don't have a truck payment. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. Lower overhead is more profit. And 9 times out of 10, I would say go with a used vehicle. My Ram was used. It had 10,000 miles on it. And I put quite the amount down, and I paid it off, I think, in like 2 years. So we just want to see you guys succeed and make money, not because your influencer friends got the nice truck. Don't do that, because guess what? And the reality is they're probably financing that too and putting them in the hole. So let's transition on here, Greg, to trailers, because we already touched on that a bit. That's a new word, a bittle. We've already touched on that a bit.
It was a teaser.
It was a teaser, which Greg did a great job.
A bittle teaser.
A bittle teaser. How about that? So, starting simple. Same principle, we would say, kind of applies to trailers too. Start simple. In my first year, I didn't have a trailer. I loaded a push mower into the truck. The very first year that we did it, when it was E&E Lawn Care, when my buddy Eli helped me that first year, and then we fired him after. We just put everything there in my Ranger, and we rode around that way. Then I upgraded to a 6x8 open trailer. Why? Because I bought a 36-inch walk-behind Cub Cadet. That was a need. It wasn't a want. It was a need. My business was growing, so I needed this. If they take one thing away from this episode, Greg, it's the word need, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really what you need. Like we were saying earlier, is in a bittle ago, I just bought what I needed, and I started with that 5x8 trailer, and it worked, and that's what I needed at the time, and then eventually, as the business grew, I built up.
Which is perfectly said. And then I eventually, so after the 6x8 trailer, my setup, it grew. From there, I upgraded to a 7x10 open utility trailer. I still have it today. I even use that trailer for winter snow when I'm plowing with the Multi-Force. Then eventually, so after that 7x10 trailer, well, can't even talk. I had upgraded, to a 7x16 enclosed trailer. It was a bigger step, but fit in the direction of the business. I had, and we've talked about this though too, Greg, the open versus enclosed trailer debate. Because the truth is, I think both are great options. They really are. Open trailer pros. They're cheaper and more inexpensive, relatively lighter, simple setup. Enclosed trailer pros, equipment protection from the weather. It's huge for me. Security, more storage, and I think it looks a little bit cleaner there on the road. For me, I prefer an enclosed because it's like my mobile garage. And we've gone kind of back and forth, but you eventually, Greg, landed on an enclosed trailer as well.
You had a friend that was getting out of the business and sold me his enclosed trailer, and what is it, a 7x12 with the cone front end, the nose, and it works perfect for me. I can get 2 mowers on it, and I actually even was able to put a push mower in when I had one lawn where I had to use a push mower. I was able to get both mowers and that push mower, turned it sideways, and was able to get 3 mowers in. But it works perfect. It's nice to be able to go in and you get a little protection if you're stuck out in the rain or something. You can go and you can head into that trailer real quick just to get out. And but it's protecting your equipment, and that's what's really important about it, is you're protecting all your stuff, and your stuff is expensive. And you don't want to even going out and spend a little bit of money on stuff that you're replacing is you don't want to do that.
Bit of money.
A little bit of money, yeah. But Kenny was even commenting that sometimes wrapping the trailer, it's a rolling billboard, so it gives you opportunity. So I've been kind of stealth. I didn't want to wrap my trailer. I just I go stealth and don't have anything labeled on my vehicles. And I probably should put something on, but it's just the way I've decided to do it. So I'm busy enough. Now it would be a factor of whether or not I want to allow more business to come in and drop some of the ones that are smaller accounts. But it also has to go with it's got to be in the same place. That route density is what I'm trying to build.
So touch again, though, Greg, because you made a fair point. Busy enough, you're not wrapping your trailer, and you took advantage because I had a buddy, he was getting out of the business. You saw my enclosed trailer, and you hopped on it really because of the deal. Sometimes here in the industry, I had also got a great deal on a aerator as well. Sometimes you hop on things because of the deals, and there's a little leverage you can do with financing as long as it's not crazy and you know that you can pay off the trailer or the piece of equipment within that year or two. I'm kind of more game to do that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you got a really good deal on something, because I didn't have to have the enclosed trailer, but it was getting to the point where I was probably going to need it, and that opportunity came up, so I jumped at it. I had where I live, you're only allowed to have a trailer in your yard for so long. My HOA was really generous to me, and they allowed me to park my trailer for a while. But it was also an open trailer, and I knew I was going to need to move it to a different storage place, and so that's why I got the enclosed trailer as well. So it was a need that I had for it. So there were a few things that came into play for me to be able to get it. It was protection from the weather, security, and I can do a lot of stuff within that enclosed trailer. Although I'm having a hard time finding a good light setup inside there.
Yeah, lights are big. I mean, you could always just put a whole bunch of magnetic lights and with batteries, like the battery-powered magnet lights. I do have one light. Didn't Tony Rudolph just outfitted one of his trailers? He put stickers on it, or he wrapped it.
Yeah.
And Kenny was even saying, shout out to cousin Kenny here again. He said, wrap that trailer. It's a rolling billboard. Yes, we know, but just for the sake of people just complaining, just to complain, I've done it. I mean, Greg's done it, but I probably do it more. I just don't want to take the chance with the angry people where I live. Oh, that jerk cut me off. I'm going to go give him a 1 star. Maybe it's is it paranoia, Greg? I don't know. Or just, because, we want to be proud of our image, don't we?
Yeah, it's important. It does look that way. And then they also know that you're a lawn company, so that means that you've got equipment on it. So if you've got a drive-by, somebody that's canvassing the area, he looks at your trailer and says, "Oh, that's a lawn guy. He's got a bunch of stuff in there I could potentially have." So that's going to be it. It's going to be important. So that you get the protection that you want on there, but it depends. I see a lot of vehicles out there with trucks wrapped, and I see the trailers wrapped. It just depends. That's if that's the way you want to go, that's fine.
Oh, some of the wrap trailers are really nice. I mean, to totally pivot there for 1 second, Greg, hasn't this day been fun? A new word for the trimmer is whipper, and then I get lost on the sheet, which is so great.
Yeah, and you were only lost a biddle.
I was only lost a biddle. It's funny.
Bit.
So I have this nice, because Greg sent me a PM here. Slow it down. I have this nice sheet laid out, and I know I get fast, but I was reading too far ahead on it, and I totally went like a total brain fart. So, did you call me a Joe Biden moment, Greg? Maybe it's because I haven't had enough coffee, right?
I don't know. It depends if he drinks coffee or not.
I don't know.
But I'm sure he probably does. I just never got into it. Never cared for it.
Oh, it's caffeine though. As we talked about earlier, it's just all caffeine. But you made fair points there. If I did wrap a trailer, guys, which more power to you, do it. If you're in that certain area, I could. I would go all out. I would literally, Greg, I would completely. Mine's a white 7x16 Middlebury enclosed trailer, or MTI. I think I would really go all out with the E&D lawn care. I would basically put my flyer on the trailer. And then also about wrapping the trucks. The only time I ever put any signage, Greg, on my truck was actually on the F-150, I think. Yeah, it was the Ranger. It was on the Ranger. My buddy Dylan Campbell, we vinyled some things on there, and it was a pain in the butt to take off. They were these big, giant vinyl stickers that he put on, and let's just say whoever we sold that truck to someone, and you could still see the outline of E&D lawn care on there after we took them off. So they got a permanent sticker, or I guess shadow of a sticker on that truck.
Yeah, that's the downside. When you wrap though, that's you don't see the outline. I mean, it's covering everything. But didn't Hannah buy you some a magnet for the side of your truck that was on the F-150, but that was aluminum?
Yes.
So you weren't able to use it. You could
Good
slap
memory.
that on your truck now.
Yeah.
You still have it. Of course, you have to have it.
Yeah. Well, we were dating, and at the time she bought me a E&D lawn care magnet and that was with the when I had the white F-150. No, that didn't stick because of the aluminum body. I think that magnet might be gone now, but that's also an alternative. You could put magnets on your truck if it's so it's aluminum. What's that stick to, Greg? Is that what are trucks normally made of? Is it steel? Steel. So I guess just find a really powerful, strong. I was trying to find my magnet terminology. Just a strong magnet, and that's kind of a way to do it too. So after you're done mowing, you can just take the magnets off and then go out for a night on the. My buddies Derek and Ryan with Metro Lawn Care, Greg, they'd vinyled the back of their windows. That's all that they did, like on the truck, which is nice. It's just enough. I would maybe consider doing that, but with the dump insert, you can't see. You can almost stencil something there because the dump insert has that protecting grate. So when you throw things into the insert, you don't bash the window. That was a good purchase to get that. I was talking to guys over at Easy Dumper. I said, does anyone ever buy those dump inserts with no protecting back? And he said, yeah, a couple do, which I don't know how you would not bash your window, because I've thrown things into the back of my truck before with the insert, and I've almost broke through the window with sticks and things like that.
I had a friend of mine that he had his window on his truck. He was throwing a bunch of 2x4s in the bed and let one go a little harder than he thought or a little higher than he thought and put it right through the back window. So
It's a costly mistake, isn't it?
yeah, it was he was disappointed. So yeah, so it's kind of funny. The other thing you could do probably is on the back of your insert or on your dump insert, the thing that swings the door. Maybe you could put something right on the back of the dump insert there. So
Oh yeah, that'd be smart too, because I recently just kind of repainted my dump insert, that Pour 15. We talked about it, and Greg, that paint ruins brushes and it sucks into stuff. And so I kind of want to put a second coat on it. It just gets your hands literally like destroyed. My hands was just full of paint, and also the weather hasn't allowed me to do that because the truck looks way better. The only spot that I'm missing on my dump insert that has some rust is underneath the insert near the tailgate. And you had told us on a previous show, just put a paintbrush on with like a long pole and then try to paint that, because the my dump insert has a safety prop, but it's only like, I don't know why they only made it like 4 feet tall. Like, you think you'd be able to prop it all the way up, Greg? But apparently, maybe that would be too long if the insert was all the way up. There's no long enough prop, so I'm not sure how I'm going to get underneath. Mine's fine, it's hydraulics, but I don't want to be painting under there, then have something happen where it falls on me, because that would not be good.
that would be disappointing.
Yeah.
So
Thank you. I appreciate that.
yeah. Then I don't know how we'd carry on the show. It would be Turf Nerd. What? So, because that's all it's about, right? Now,
Turf with Greg.
you just got to be careful, like you said. Just if you can, tape a paintbrush to a pole, and then go ahead and line it up. If you've got an extension pole, like a paint pole that they'll extend out, I don't know how far you need to reach. But I was just painting yesterday, and I have a paint pole that. It's funny because I was working in a stairwell, and you can only use it so far before you knock into the other wall on the other side or the steps. So I'd have to put paint on it, bring it back to the spot where I needed to work. Then I could extend it, use it for that little section, and then shorten it again so that I could pull it back out. I mean, it took a long time for me to paint that stairwell.
You think I'm patient. What does Aaron Sutter here say, Greg?
Yeah, Aaron says he usually gets my vehicle signage from signs.com. So that's where he's getting his stuff. I've heard of signs.com, I believe.
That's a smart idea, isn't it? Sometimes the best guys, I mean, you can buy local with your signs, but some of these bigger outfits that are like online, Greg, I would say they probably just do a better job and they can get it right to you. I did on my 7x10 open trailer. I still have it. I had a friend who made me it was like a, what's it called? It was like is it vinyl? It wasn't a sticker, but it was a sign that I could hang on the gate of the trailer. What kind of material is that? It wasn't a cloth. Would vinyl be the word? It was almost like a print.
Hang on the gate of the trailer.
Yeah, it was like a little like.
It'd be just like a vinyl.
Because there's
heavy
vinyl
duty
stickers.
vinyl.
Because like this banner is vinyl, I assume, but he gave it's some sort of vinyl cloth, and he printed out my E&D logo, and I was able to zip tie it to the trailer gate, and that worked out really well too. I still have that sign to this day, and it was inexpensive, guys. So if you want to outfit a trailer, you could do it like that too for the open trailer. I've seen guys, Greg, they've built like, I guess some of these trailers have sidewalls. They've in between like the floor and the rail of the trailer, they'll put signs in there too. So when people are rolling down the road, they can see it that way.
Just if you're going to put signage up, and some guys will, I can do that myself, and they get a spray can or something, and they just spray paint, E&D Lawn Care, for example, on the side of their trailer, and it doesn't look that good. And or at the very least, get yourself a stencil kit and do that with it. But if you're going to put something on, make it look good. Don't go cheap on it if you're gonna go to the trouble. Although I know there are some guys out there who say, "Oh, that's all I need. I just want my phone number on there," and and then lawn care. So, but if you're going to do it, do it right. So,
That is true because I mean it's not a bad idea like just to have Greg's lawn care and your number, but it's got to be there's that fine professional line. Like you don't want to make it look like a little hodank, Greg. So okay, we've talked a lot about trailers here. It's our mobile garage, whether open or enclosed. We love the enclosed for the reasons that we listed. Now you don't have to go with it enclosed because Greg and I have one. Look at these people in this industry, these lawn care Facebook groups. A lot of them just have open trailers, and they do a great job, and that's completely fine. Trailer setup and accessories. When I had an open trailer, I used the green touch racks. Trimmers and blowers mounted to those, although make sure that you have those green touch racks locked, Greg, because I had destroyed an edger, a Red Max edger, because I didn't lock it, which was, and that became a misfit part edger. You ever... with your trailer, when you had the open trailer, Greg, did you have any of the racks or no? I don't think you did.
no, I had, and this is backing up a little bit. I had an 8-foot bed, so I just put everything in the back of my bed, the trimmers and the edger, and that sometimes rolled around inside there. I would find a way to lodge it in place, but and there's something else when we talk about with regard to trucks. So I had an 8-foot bed, and my new truck has an 8-foot bed. So guys, if you can get an 8-foot bed, it's nice to have, because most trucks out there are 6.5-foot beds now. But if you can get an 8-foot bed, I'd recommend it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I would, I just put the stuff in the back of my bed, truck bed, and then just the mowers went on the trailer.
And that's awesome. Like those 8-foot long beds. If I were to get a 2500 truck, Greg, I would like a kind of a long bed. 856-446-8873 is the number. We're getting people texting here. Call in to tell us your setups here when you were starting out. So my setup, I had the green touch racks, the trimmers and blowers mounted. Make sure they were locked because I destroyed a Red Max 3060S edger, which was the big boy edger. But if you're on a budget, there's nothing wrong with putting the equipment in the truck bed. The racks are nice, but to keep it more safe, Greg, do what you do. Put it there on the truck bed. So for the enclosed trailer, I've done some upgrades here. On my enclosed, I've upgraded the flooring, 2x10 pressure-treated boards. We built a shelf in there. The E-Track racks, Greg, we both put that there on the wall. And I upgraded the leaf springs, and all of these improve efficiency and organization. And we've been pleased with the upgrades, Greg, that we did in our trailers. And yours came with a shelf built in.
Yeah, mine had a nice shelf right up in the nose, so that was helpful. I've actually thought about adding another shelf, just because I like the one. The only problem would be it would be a little bit high, so what I'd be able to see up on top, I'm not sure, but it depends on what I do and how much higher I put it on. So the shelf is nice. You and I both did those E-Racks. And that's
E-Rack
really been helpful. E-Rack, yeah, and that's been really helpful for loading stuff, for my trimmers and edgers, and the advantage of that is it's easier to work with. I'm not in a high theft area, so I don't have to worry about somebody coming on and stealing anything. And
Yeah.
a lot of guys say, no, you got to lock everything up. My area, you don't necessarily have to lock everything up, so I'm in a pretty good spot. And it just makes it pretty easy. We did see that one fella, I guess, about a month or two ago, we posted that he just used straps, and he just ran these straps into his, he screwed into his studs on his trailer and
It
hooked
works.
up a couple of straps, and it worked. And that was really cheap. The problem with the E-Racks is they tend to be a little bit pricey.
Oh,
And,
yeah. It's like $50 for like, what, 4 feet?
Yeah, something like that. It's not cheap, but it's less expensive than running the locking ones. So and they don't stick out, and that's the other thing about those racks is, especially if you only have a 7-foot trailer, when you put those locking racks in, those stick out about 8 inches or so, 8 or 10 inches probably.
They do, and you got to watch out where you mount them because even with their E-Tracks, Greg, for inside of the trailer, if you don't lock those the right way, I've had a trimmer fall down inside my trailer, which I'm still wary on the open trailer rack. So we've touched on a lot of things, Greg. Kind of to dive into this here too. New versus used trailers when buying trailers, and like I said, it could be the same principle with the trucks though. But I prefer buying a new trailer. This is where it's like, oh, why would you buy a used truck, but then you're going to buy a new trailer? Well, here's the reason for the trailers. They hold the resale, and we've touched on that. But you don't always know how a used trailer was maintained. You see these guys, they put them up on Facebook. I don't know if I trust some of these guys. Trailers take abuse. Structural issues can be hidden. But that said, you can buy used, just inspect carefully. Because trailers hold value pretty well, Greg, don't they?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. My first trailer I bought, I paid $600 for it, sold it for $650. Granted, it's not a lot, but I still I still made money on it. So I think all I did to that was I replaced the tires and I put a wood floor in, and that was nice. I bought when I replaced that, I bought a brand new one. For whatever reason, I can't remember. It was tough to find trailers, so I had to buy a brand new one. And so I got that, eventually sold that after a couple of years and went to the enclosed, bought a used one on that. So here's the advantage of used, guys, is if you get a good price on it, you can probably turn around and sell it for what you paid for it or more. If you buy a brand new one, it's like a vehicle. It's like buying a truck. If you buy a brand new truck, when you try to sell it, you're not going to get as much money out of it. When you try and sell a used one, when you buy a used one and you turn around and try and sell it, you can still get a decent price for it. So that's the important. Drive it for a year, you can sell it for what you paid for.
Yeah, I think my enclosed trailer, Greg, I bought for $5,100. I could sell it today and probably get more, but guess what? What would I buy then?
Yeah, yeah. So take
What would
care
I
of it.
buy?
I just had mine. A buddy of mine does maintenance, and I called him up, said, "Hey, can you grease the bearings for me?" And Kenny had commented on that as well. Can you grease the bearings for me and check it out and getting ready for the season? And he says, "Yep." And he took it and he said, "Yeah, it's perfect timing." He says, "If you would have gone another year, you would have had a problem." So that's what he felt. It was in good shape. He said the brakes were really good on it still. So I've got a really nice trailer there that you turned me on to. So it just mine. I knew it was well taken care of because you knew the guy.
Oh yeah,
so,
it was in mint condition. Aaron Sutter says, "I would rather buy a new trailer." You are correct. Trailers get abused. Kenny was talking about the bearings, but what you guys should maybe do every year or every other year, that Joe's Trailers in Livonia recommended this once a season, is clean and repack your trailer wheel hubs, that the whole area. I did it last year, Greg, and this time, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go up there and do it again. It's $6 a wheel hub. So I'm not sure if I want to do it. We got about 8 minutes left here on the show, Greg. Eric Jones with Keeping Up with the Joneses, Eric and Jennifer Jones. They're getting Ron Scheffler on to talk about the prayer breakfast, which is great. Ron's one tough animal, Greg, isn't he?
Yes.
Another Bobcast bump.
Yeah. He's a great guy. He's got his Bear Your Shield podcast that he's doing. I've been listening to that. And he goes into a lot of detail, a lot of depth of the Bible. He's covering Genesis right now. He just did tied in a chapter of Luke with regard to the Genesis that he's covering. So yeah, he's got kind of a neat podcast, and he's going to be involved with the prayer breakfast, and they're going to have a nice they're going to have a nice program there with Eric and Jennifer and such.
So dump trailers, Greg, as we're kind of got a hard break here. We got dump trailers. Let's kind of touch on this here a bit. Want versus need. A lot of guys want a dump trailer. Greg and I do. They're extremely useful for mulch, cleanups, debris hauling. You can even add a leaf loader and build sidewalls. But for me right now, it's probably a want, not a need. And I'd likely need a bigger truck to run one efficiently. Just because it's useful doesn't mean you need it. So, because we've gone back and forth, Greg, you have the truck for it, which then we could get a dump trailer. and then we can get a leaf loader. But Cameron Duncan, our buddy with the Lawn Care Life in Missouri, says if you're going to get a leaf loader, go big, go home, get the 37 horsepower. So we're kind of put in this spot, Greg, aren't we? Guys have them, but even shopping for dump trailers, I might want to lean on the side, depending on who takes it. You could probably find a nice used one. I know Metro Lawn Care, they bought a new dump trailer, and I helped them build walls on it this past fall, Greg. They paid a pretty penny for that trailer. I think it was, oh man, was it $17,000? It wasn't cheap. I can tell you that.
I was looking at getting a dump trailer, and the one I was looking at was about 15. But that thing could haul heavy equipment as well. They had some tie downs inside that thing that were something else in terms of being able to. So you knew it was for being able to haul heavy equipment. But a friend of mine, he was using it as a dump trailer for his junk business, and in that case, those tie downs got in the way. But it was a heavy duty trailer. It was a really nice trailer. So, but it just kind of depends. But if you're gonna pull a dump trailer, you got to make sure you have the right truck for it. And then even as you were saying, the dump insert, just make sure your truck is in good shape for that as well.
Yeah, my F1, not F-150. I almost said Dodge F-150. My Ram 1500, Greg, you're not putting a dump trailer on that one. Maybe a small one. I would love to get a 7x14 dump trailer, build walls on it, and use it for leaves. But I was also talking to my buddy Derek, Greg. I could build the walls on my dump insert there and get a leaf loader and do it that way too. It's a possibility, but they have an 18 horsepower Billy Goat, and Derek says that gets the job done, but when it comes to wet leaves, it's basically useless. So, final decision framework, Greg. Before buying or upgrading anything, ask. Here we go. Ask. Let's do this. What does my business actually need? Will this make me more efficient? Will this make me more profitable? Does this look cool? Are other guys running this? And we could say, Greg, build your setup for your business, not for the internet. We've been there, Greg. You want to look good in this industry and stuff, but you just almost want to get big stuff just to show it off, don't we?
Yeah, sometimes we do. You know what's funny is when I first got that Bobcat, that stander of mine, you wouldn't believe how many people came up to me and asked about it because it's white and orange and it's pretty cool looking. And but it was funny how many people commented on that thing is a beast. Look at that thing. And so I think people are getting more used to seeing standers right now. But it was funny how many comments I got regarding that. So you almost wonder, hey, does that new truck look really cool? And how good is that going to look for me? Yeah, a truck's a truck. So it just kind of depends on what you want to look at. There are different brands. Some guys are Chevy guys, some guys are Ford, Chrysler, Toyota. It just really depends on. It really depends on what you want to get. And but it's those first three questions you asked: does the business need it? Is it efficient, and will it make me profitable? And that's what you really got to look at is how are those things going to tie into your business?
I do too much dreaming though, too, Greg. I mean, we really do. It's and as solo ops, you're limited on stuff though too. But like I said, build it up for your business, not for the internet. So to kind of close this out here, Greg, we can riff a bit. We talked about today starting with the right truck, when to upgrade, trailer options. Avoiding unnecessary debt. That's huge. You want to be profitable. Avoid that unnecessary debt. Because at the end of the day, when it all boils down to this, you don't need the biggest truck. You don't need the fanciest trailer. Come on, you do not. I would love, Greg, we joked about, I would love an 8.5 by 18 trailer. That'd be great. Enclosed trailer. You need equipment that helps you work efficiently, stay reliable, and make money. And lawn care, simple and paid beats big and financed. Because we talk back and forth, Greg. Oh, maybe we should finance this and then finance that, but then hold the phone. I've talked to you and my father about it, and even my wife, and then Hannah said, okay, it's like, wait, Evan, you have everything paid off. Why are you going to go upgrade to a 2500 truck? Everything is paid off. I have no debt right now, Greg, but the house, which that's pretty good.
That's great. And at your age, but that's
my age.
Yeah, I mean that's it. To have that kind of limited debt is amazing to be able to only have that. So especially when we're running businesses, that means you got a profitable business as well. That means you're doing well, that you can do all that. I know Tony Rudolph, I think his house is even paid off as well, if I recall. But make sure you're running yourself with the right equipment. Make sure you're lean. Have the right truck. You don't have to have the perfect truck, but you have the right truck for your business. That F-150 that I had, it had the primitive window cranks. We actually had to turn them, and then I didn't have the power windows, didn't have the power locks. I had a truck that pulled the trailer, and it worked. So that got me through 5 years.
Andy Wilson just said I had ordered 26 new tires for all my mowers. That wasn't cheap. 26? I thought Andy had like 2 employees. How many mowers does he have? Wow, holy smokes, right?
Yeah.
As we had about 10 seconds here, guys. Keeping up with the Joneses. Eric and Jennifer Jones is up next. They got the one, the only Ron Scheffler on, so give that a listen. That's all I got. Greg, it was a good show today, and we will see you tomorrow in Free for All Friday. And we might have a special guest on, just waiting to get him confirmed. So thanks, guys.
Thanks.